クイーン B。
クイーン B とはアメリカの学校で最も人気があり影響力を持つ女子生徒のこと。チアリーダーのリーダーや美少女が多く、周囲を従える学園の女王的存在を指します。一方、意地悪な側面やカリスマ性で学校内のトレンドを支配したりするなど、憧れと恐怖の両方を感じさせる女子生徒でもあります。今回はクイーン B と社会に出てもクイーン B の気質を持つ女性、つまりクイーン B シンドローム、女王蜂症候群を持つ女性にも焦点を当てて、アメリカの強い女性を見ていきましょう。
The female narcissist. Oh, baby, she is a poster child for Queen Bee syndrome. And when I tell you she wears that invisible crown like it's glued to her head, I mean it. She appoints herself as the ruler of the hive, demanding loyalty, obedience, and endless admiration. Everybody around her becomes her prop in her little power play. You'll see it in families, friend groups, workplaces, anywhere she can create a hierarchy. She must be the main character at all times, and if someone even slightly threatens her shine, she will sting without hesitation. She'll gossip, isolate, manipulate, and create chaos until everything falls right back into formation. She manufactures competition on purpose, literally turning people against each other just so the spotlight never wanders off. Because a queen bee narcissist cannot handle unity. She lives off of control, confusion, and constant praise. But here's the real tea. That throne she sits on, it's literally built on nothing but insecurity. And the second you stop feeding her ego, the entire hive starts to shake. And if you've ever felt drained, minimized, or like you had to tiptoe around a woman like this, you're not imagining it. You have been emotionally exhausted by a narcissist queen bee. Start reclaiming your peace, your power, and your confidence. Follow me for more real talk on recognizing and escaping narcissistic abuse.
So when it comes to queen bee syndrome, there are 3 types of bees. I'm going to briefly describe each one, and then I will go into further depth. Today I will just focus on middle bee, and then in coming videos I'll talk a little bit more about the other ones. So obviously there's the queen bee. She has learned to be constantly on the offense in her interactions with her peers. She launches preemptive strikes and that she believes will protect herself or further her interests. And she trusts no one. She prevents her peers from glimpsing into her real person underneath her aggressive mask. The middle bee finds herself in a similar bind, but is much less overt in her efforts to establish herself. She may have learned to be subtle in the messages she gives others, or she may secretly straddle the fence between aggression and passivity. And the afraid to be is desperately wanting to make connections that will empower and help rather than hurt her, but she lacks the confidence or the skills to do so. So this makes her fearful and uncertain of just about every woman she interacts with. So a little bit more on the middle bee. And if you're interested, you can read all about this in Cheryl De La Sega's book, Mean Girls Grown Up. So the middle bee will always choose to continue the rumor mill, spreading information guaranteed to be hurtful, and sometimes even adding a little malicious twist of her own. Although she has no inherent power, the middle bee creates some for herself by keeping the bullies and victims isolated and selectively feeding the queen bee information calculated to incite her anger. As a master of behind-the-scenes antagonism, the middle bee ensures that bullying will continue without ever being accused of it directly. Sometimes middle bees work in groups, just as worker bees do in nature, but this can also be known as mobbing, and so I will get into a little bit of that information in some other videos. But in reality, the middle bee may be the most influential relational aggressive role. Middle bees have the opportunity to change the relational aggression dynamic or the bullying dynamic by swinging a situation in favor of either the bully or the victim. They have the ability to control the social atmosphere of any group, which means the middle bee often determines whether the outcome of an interaction is helpful or harmful. And as such, they can be just as supportive as they can be destructive.
Queen Bee divorced on the same day she's got married. Oh my days, I am seriously surprised there's no Netflix documentary about her. I mean, at this rate, she should be in the Guinness World Book of Records now. Honestly, sometimes I do wonder how Queen Bee is actually gonna explain to Azan, her child, exactly what she was like as she was growing up. You know, when you're showing your kids the photo album. So look, yeah, there I am, getting married to your dad. And there I am, getting married again. And then, after that, we had a bit of a divorce party, because that's a rocking nowadays. And then, Azan, you'll be surprised, didn't just stop there, got married again to Dr. Flippin' Poodle. But I'm guessing this memory book of hers is yet to clearly continue. Guys, you should know the trick by now. It's all just to create drama on TikTok and get everyone talking about her. The only thing I'm thinking is how gay is it of Rizwan to go ahead and actually go along if it was all just a plan? Like, who's gonna actually now want to go and marry you after you've planted your face with Queen Bee? Not that there was probably any long list for him anyway, but when will she learn, man? Seriously, I keep saying it. I keep saying that she's got a lot going for her. She's a pretty young woman. Why couldn't she just do everything in a legit, clear way and make something of herself like she was doing when she was doing music videos with PBN? It's a shame. Honestly, it's a real big shame. The only thing I can say is God is watching. I suppose, just like the saying goes, you can bring a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it, can you?
Are you dealing with a mean girl at work? We also refer to this as Queen Bee syndrome. If you're a woman working a corporate gig and there's a woman who's in a senior leadership role who's acting like there's only room for one woman at the top, that's a mean girl. And if she's trying to undercut you or is dismissive or call you out for supposed wrongs you didn't commit, yeah, she's a queen bee. So how do you deal with that? Well, the easiest strategy is to try and put as much space between you and her. That may not be an option. So the second strategy is to actually ask her for advice or her opinion, and you don't need to take it. But if you let her know that you see her as an expert in her area of influence, as someone who's knowledgeable, who you could learn from, then she'll start to respect you just a little bit. Remember, there's always room for more women at the top. And that's my intention, to see greater diversity in senior management. Leave a comment.
If you're a smart, capable, and confident female reporting to a competitive, ladder-climbing female boss, your job security may be at risk due to what psychologists call the queen bee syndrome. Here's why a female boss may oust you for being a strong female performer. 1, she sees you as a threat. In competitive male-dominated environments especially, some women feel there's only room for one at the table. Your confidence, ideas, or popularity can trigger her comparison, insecurities, and negative thoughts. Instead of mentoring you, she'll protect her status by undermining or pushing you out of the company. 2, she punishes your confidence rather than rewarding it. She may hire you for your confidence initially, but later criticize you for it once you're in the role because she feels insecure around more secure females. She dismisses your ideas or reframes them as bad if they don't come from her. She minimizes or ignores praise that you receive from others for a job well done because the praise doesn't center around her. If she's looking to make budget cuts, she'll keep the females on her team who are more insecure and compliant than the female who is confident or offers different perspectives than her own. 3, control matters more to her than collaboration. Insecure female leaders need to feel like the smartest or most admired woman in the room. She'll restrict your visibility, withhold or take credit for your ideas, and retaliate against you when you shine. This is not good leadership. This is power protection that prevents other women from having a seat at the table. When an organization has one or more queen bee female bosses, it'll start losing talented, highly qualified women, and the culture will turn competitive instead of collaborative. And if you join a team and notice most of the women on the team play small while the female boss calls the shots, recognize that as a red flag. If you're a female who's great at what you do, you're well-liked, and you're confident, but you report to an insecure, competitive female boss, know that you can't grow under a leader who needs you to shrink so that she can feel more powerful. Choose leaders who are secure enough to elevate others. And follow me for more workplace psychology insights.
Are you sure that toxic woman at work is a mean girl? Or is she a queen bee? Because those are two very different problems. You see, a mean girl is running a social game. She gossips and leaves you out of conversations and takes shots at you in meetings and tries to get the room laughing with her instead of listening to you. She wants attention and status. She wants the group on her side. And that routine only works if people are watching. But a queen bee, that is a woman above you who will rip apart another woman's idea in a meeting and then turn around and praise a man for saying the same thing 10 minutes later. She hoards information and blocks opportunities and keeps other women at arm's length. She's not trying to run the room. She's guarding the seat. And it's not about liking you. It's about making sure that nobody gets close enough to threaten her spot. And if you treat that like playground drama, you'll react emotionally and lose leverage. But if you treat a mean girl like she's some strategic rival, you'll waste a whole lot of energy on someone who just wants attention. Different dynamics, different strategy. So before you react, ask yourself one question. Is she trying to run the room or protect her spot in it? Because those are two completely different games.
日本にもおつぼね様や女の敵は女という言葉もあるので、アメリカにも似たような気質の女性っているんだなっていうのが正直な感想です。職場には意地悪な女性、ミーンガールと会社内での地位を守るために行動するクイーンリーシンドロームという似て非なる厄介な女性がいるのが新たな気づきでした。なんとなく分かっていることを言語化し、整理して説明されるので、すっと理解できたのが良かったですね。この動画は以上になります。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。